Good afternoon, and we want to welcome you to the September edition of the Cannon County Chamber Connection. And of course, this is brought to you by MyDTC3 Cable Television. We always appreciate everything they do. And of course, it's hosted by myself, Carolyn Motley, and I'm the coordinator for the Chamber of Commerce. And
I'm Connie Rigsby, and I am a board member at the Chamber of Commerce and also run the Senior Center here in town. So glad to have you join us for September.
That's a big job. It is a big job.
Yes, it has been a big job. But we're glad, and I'm glad to be here with you. I know that we're very excited about some of the things we get to share every month with the viewers out there. And in fact, I just recently had someone come in and go, you know, I saw you on MyDTC3.
Good.
You're a star. And I said, no, I'm not a star. I'm just on TV. And they said, well, anybody that gets on TV is a star. And I said, well, DTC has made us a star then.
Well, they have. And we make suggestions every month that if you have a satellite or cable, you can have DTC if you're in their viewing area, because if you're listening to us today, then you're in their viewing area. And this is a great program that they have, and satellite TV doesn't have anything on them. They can offer you basically the same things, if not more, because you'll also get a lot of local programs like this that you won't get on satellite TV. So
tell you what's going on in your communities.
That's right.
And they're taping a lot of the ball games, local ball games, and they have those on there. They come out to a lot of special events and have those on the regular MyDTC3. So kudos to those guys. And if you're seeing this on somebody else's TV, so you're
shame on you.
You need to go home and get it yourself. So
because it's very easy. You just contact DTC office and they can tell you, and they'll even do a bundle for you if you want things bundled up like your telephone, and I'm sure you have wireless and everything else, they can do that too. So
definitely check
it's
it out.
all right there, and it's good,
and it's local. Yeah,
that's right.
We love local.
And your satellite doesn't go out, or when the wind blows, fall off, or anything like that. So.
I've heard those cries here lately, so yes. So I've expressed to them they needed to get DTC3. So there's
okay. Well, we like to embarrass our cameraman over here, because Nick gets embarrassed easily when we go on about it. But anyway, we do have a guest here with us today. In fact, we had several guests that were going to be here, and a few of them, things kept changing so quickly that they were that they couldn't make it on this show, but maybe next month. But we have Eric Farmer, and he is an outreach specialist for the Tennessee Student Assistance Corporation. In other words, lottery scholarships. Yes. And Eric, we welcome you here today. And you know, I've always said, whether you call it gambling or whatever you call it, and if you don't buy lottery tickets, that's fine. We're not forcing you to do that, but somebody's going to. And so that money is being used for a great purpose, and that's to offer scholarships to students, and not just necessarily high school students.
Not your traditional students.
Right, and there's lots of different programs, and I'm doing your job.
That's fine. That is fine. That's fine. Just glad to be here, and always enjoy my stay here in Cannon County and Woodbury, and love coming here and talking to yourself and the community here. So, like I said, thank you for having me.
Well, that's all right. You come to our high school every year, don't you?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I actually going to go by there today after I leave here to hash out some plans that we have for a financial aid night that we're planning. I need to see if I can change the date on there, but I'll be there actually several times this semester doing presentations for the financial aid, and then we've actually already planned or in the works of planning the FAFSA completion night, to where I'll go in and actually help the students fill out their FAFSA form.
And that's very important. Even on my end, with me working with the Senior Center, I still have some of my seniors that their grandchildren are living with them. And so they'll come into my office and go, we don't know what this FAFSA is. They keep telling me, and I said, well, look, this is something that we can do, and it's doable.
Yes.
And, you know, it's a some details that we have to get together, but it's definitely something. I have to say, both my children have been lottery recipients, and it's made a big difference in their lives. I have a teacher, high school teacher, thanks to the lottery and her education, and then I have a son now at MTSU and is being helped out with the lottery. So, but again, we're here to talk about maybe some not of the traditional things that folks think about that lottery fund is going for, the Hope Scholarship.
Right. Hope Scholarship.
There's other things out there on ways to go to college.
College, right. Well, you know, of course, we know about the Hope, or what they call the Lottery Scholarship, and the supplements that go with it that typically benefit the high school student. But there is one called the Hope Scholarship for non-traditional students. If there's a adult out there that's 25 years or older, have an adjusted gross income of $36,000 or less, and has been out of school for at least 2 years or have never gone to college before, there's a potential for them getting the Hope Scholarship for non-traditional students. And that's typically the one that a lot of the non-traditional students will try to gun for. But there's also the Tennessee Student Assistance Award, which which we call the state grant, and it's also non-traditional students can get awarded that also. And then there's other specific ones out there. You know, if you're these are typically more geared, once again, to the high school student if you're a foster child, or something called the Helping Heroes Grant if you're a dependent of a police officer, fireman, or EMT. And there's, you know, ones for like a loan forgiveness program if you're going to become a teacher in the nursing area. If you're going into the medical field, there's other loan forgiveness programs that we have. So we have a wide range of different financial aid programs out there that, depending on what you want to do, the student can get funding for.
Technical schools included.
Yeah, technical schools included.
Vocational.
We have the Walter Navy Technical Skills Grant if they want to go to the Technology Center either in Murfreesboro or even in McMinnville. They can use that to go to school there, and that's an automatic $2,000. And that actually is for anybody. Like anybody in this room could actually use that
That's good to know.
grant if they've never used the Hope money before. And so if, you know, like myself, I have a bachelor's, and if I want to go back and, let's say, go into auto mechanics, I could do so and still use the money, you know.
That's good information.
That's a good field.
Yeah.
We need auto mechanics.
But it's good information for the community to have, because I don't think I knew all of those, and I feel like I'm pretty much on top of a lot of stuff.
A lot of students and parents think, okay, it's just, you know, there's the lottery scholarship and there's the federal stuff, like the federal loan program and the Pell Grant program, and that's it, and that's all I need to look for. Well, there's actually tons of different other scholarships and loan forgiveness programs that are out there, and you just have to look for them. Like I was mentioning to Carolyn that, you know, if you're left-handed, there's a left-handed scholarship. If you have asthma, there's an asthma scholarship. If you're, you know, a certain height, you know, if you're male at a certain height, if you're a female at a certain height, you know, there's all kinds of different scholarships out there. I think we mentioned even the duct tape scholarship before, where if you can design your prom dress and tuxedo out of duct tape, there's a potential scholarship. There's all
There's
these
the one for
different.
us, Carolyn.
There's all these different
Oh, I'm
scholarships
not
out
wearing the
there.
tux. Let me just tell you right now.
There's all
Well,
these
maybe I will. I don't know what a dress and duct tape would look like.
There's all these different scholarships out there based upon, you know, anything. You like, just as long as you just look at your unique characteristics of yourself, you can actually Google search and see all these different scholarships out there.
Are those scholarships that you can help folks find, or is it just literally get out there and kind of look?
Well, some of them I know of, and so yeah, I could kind of gear them toward a certain, you know, maybe a website or something like that. But most of it is them getting out there and looking. And they can do it on their own for free. I mean, there's all these companies out there that, you know, if you pay us X amount of dollars, we can help you. We can guarantee this amount of money. Well, typically they can't guarantee that money because they don't know what you're going to get. And what they're probably guaranteeing is either the loan amount that you're going to be able to get automatically. Every, you know, student who fills out a FAFSA is going to qualify for X amount of dollars of a loan. And then if they have a certain GPA or ACT score, well, you automatically get in the Hope Scholarship. So you know that those two are definite figures, well, you already know that too. So that's something that, you can do on your own. And all the searching and things that you do, you can do on your own, and you have free help like with myself, your guidance counselor, your librarian, and the schools that even that you're thinking about going to, and you might not even go to that school, they'll still help you financially to figure out what you might need to do. So use your free resources.
I think the timeline is important here too, because don't wait till a month before graduation
Right.
to go in there and look for these. Because really a sophomore, and you correct me if I'm wrong, sophomore, junior year, you ought to already be looking.
That's, in my opinion, yes. As sophomore and junior, even a freshman, I think you should start getting some idea of what you might want to do or where you might want to go. Now, looking for specifics, if you want to be that advantageous as a freshman, start looking for scholarships, even though you can't apply for them until you're a senior. Go, that's fine. What you're doing is you're getting the research together, seeing what's out there, seeing how much the scholarships are, when the deadlines are, and see what the requirements are. And that way you can kind of plan your years. It's like, okay, this scholarship is this amount. Let's say this scholarship's going to be $10,000 a year. I need to have this GPA, like say a 3.5 GPA and a 29 ACT score. And if you know that as a freshman, you have a goal. It's okay, I'm going to have to study, I'm going to have to do this, I'm going to prep, I'm going to have to make sure that I have these requirements in order for me to get this scholarship. And so it's not actually a bad idea to start looking that early. And actually it could be more of a help than a hindrance if you start looking that early. But you definitely don't want to wait till a month after
Right.
before graduation. The latest I think you should start looking, and this is just my opinion, is your junior year. You need to start really looking in your junior year, not only just for schools to go to, but also how you're going to fund it. And the more information that you have, the better you're off you're going to be when it's time to pay and it's time to figure out how are you going to pay.
Well, with the cost of going to school, and of course Connie can attest to this, and I have 4 grandchildren in college, and the Hope Scholarship has been, all of them have had it and are using it. And of course it's a renewable. If you keep your grades up, the next year you can get that again. What is your basic? The Hope Scholarship is what, $2,000? Is that what it starts out at, or is there different?
Well, it depends on the type of school you go to. If you go
Right.
to a community college like a Motlow or Fall State
Right.
or Nashville State, you get $1,000 a semester if you just qualify for the Hope Scholarship. If you go to like an MTSU or Tennessee Tech or a TSU, you would get $2,000 a semester. And then, of course, like you said, you have to maintain it. And basically, I tell students this: there's actually, to maintain it, there's for so many, for every 24 attempted hours, we look at your GPA. The first 24 attempted hours, you have to have at least a 2.75. The next 24, which means a total of 48 attempted hours, you have to have a 2.75. At the next 24, which is 72, you have to have a 3.0. So I pretty much just tell students, look, if you maintain a 3.0 from the time you get to college to the time you graduate, you'll have the whole scholarship. Don't try to say, oh, I just need a 2.75, because if you have a 2.75 after that second time we look at it, it's going to be very hard for you to move that 2.75 to a 3.0. So if you go ahead and, I typically tell students that your first semester of college is probably going to be your easiest, because you're pretty much taking courses that are a refresher from what you did in high school. And if you can do your best that first semester, you have a padding to where if something slips, it's not, you're not going to slip as, your GPA is not going to slip as hard or as far. So try to maintain that, at least that 3.0 for the rest of your college career, and you'll be okay.
The assumption is you're learning something as you go along, right?
Right.
So
And that's a good skill to learn, to be prepared ahead of time. Be prepared ahead of time. So with the programs, I know you're going to be at the schools and everything, but say a parent's out there and they're watching, or a grandparent's out there and watching, and they want to say, I need to know some more information. Is there a central place for them to go to get that besides, hearing us or at one of the school nights?
Right. You can actually, I've been all over the counties already and delivered brochures to the local schools, so all the local schools should have them. The libraries in the area should have them.
Okay.
the Chamber of Commerce is in the area should have them now also.
I think that's a good idea.
I think I'm trying to think, if you have a Boys and Girls Club in the area, you should have them too. So I'm just sitting here thinking about where have I been. But if you can't get out there, we do have a website. If you go to www.tn.gov/collegepays, it's actually on the front of that brochure. That's actually has all the information that TSAC has to offer, not just the Hope Scholarship, but the state grant and some other programs that we have.
I do have several of them at the chamber, and anyone interested can come in, and they're free of charge. I'll be glad to give you one.
It's a wonderful thing to share that kind of information out
It
there.
is,
with
because
the
I don't
folks.
think I wasn't aware of everything that you can get as far as this. You're right, they have a scholarship for everything except bad feet, and that I might see one in there for that, but there may be.
You might can Google that one, Carolyn, and you might be able to find one for that. But I bet you're a very popular person on the night when they have school night and college night at the high school.
I feel like a rock star, to be honest. I really do.
Go get you some sparkly going on.
The attention that I get from there, like, where was I? Oh, yesterday I was at a school in Chattanooga, and I got stuck in traffic. There was I guess it was a wreck or something. I had to kind of make a detour to get out of there, and made it. I was just a tad bit late, and I told the counselor that I was going to run in late, and they were having this big senior, what they call it, senior boot camp, and I was supposed to speak, and I just was trying to get in, wave, and get back to my room, and she called me up here, and she goes, "This person here, Eric Farmer, is going to be your, he's everybody loves them, blah, blah, blah," and started speaking highly of me in front of everybody. I'm like, "Yeah, I guess, okay, thank you." So,
I'm a little late, but I'm here.
I'm here, so I thoroughly enjoy what I do. I mean, it's of course it's great to be needed, but I like what I do because I actually get to help students with their future and if they have these goals and dreams, and I'm the one that kind of helps them with that, because sometimes the financial portion is a very, is a burden, to be honest.
Oh, it is.
And like I said, with tuition increasing, and pretty much, tuition's increasing, but the help is not increasing. The help is stagnant. And actually, the help is either stagnant or decreasing. Yeah. And so you kind of have to know what's out there in order to make the best decisions of things. And so I get a lot of fulfillment from what I do and helping.
I learned this from my grandchild. This is not effortless. You have to put some effort into it. You do. You have to go in there and look for things. You may have to write. I don't think for the Hope Scholarship, but it doesn't hurt everybody can get on the computer and do something besides me. Now they can, and especially young people can do just about anything. And if you'll go on there and research all of this and get done what you need to get done, but you need to do it. A lot of kids don't, they kind of sit back and wait. And if you want this money, this is money for your college. You have to do this, and even the parents need to know about it. But that's what you do at the high school, right? When you have financial aid night.
Yeah, when we have financial aid night.
That's exactly what's there.
I explain the process and terminology that they'll hear, why you're doing it, where you can find it. Trying to explain a little bit more the details of where you can find, like for instance, cost of attendance. When you typically hear that, students and parents might be able to think of the tuition. Well, the tuition is one portion of the cost of attendance, because you have not just the tuition, but you have the books and supplies, the room and board, the transportation costs, and the personal expenses. So if you don't look at all of that, you're actually becoming short of what you really need. So hey, when you go to the school, look at the total cost of attendance. Now the school has a cost of attendance, and then each individual student will have a cost of attendance. The school's cost of attendance could be actually less than your cost of attendance. So you still want to know what your cost of attendance to that school is going to be, just so that you know what you're going to be paying out of pocket.
Right.
So that's just one, I just kind of explained that and some other things out there. So once they understand and see that, they hopefully will feel a little more at ease. Typically I start my presentation telling them, at the end of this, hopefully you'll be at the sigh of relief, but typically at the end they're more of a
Deer in the headlights.
Deer in the headlights, because they actually realize, they realize, wow, there's a lot out there, and college is a little more expensive, and these figures aren't, a lot of these are not guaranteed, or they're not as much as what they thought they were. And so it's, it's an eye opener, and so, yeah, even though I said, well, you might not be totally, but at the time that you get all this together and start looking at it, you will be. By the time your kid goes into school, there's going to be an ease. I always tell students or I have a story every now and then of this parent where I used to work at this other college, and it's a smaller school, and we kind of help them walk around the school and register for classes and whatnot. And so they were registering for classes, and I get them to the financial aid office, and so that's when they actually see how much it's going to cost them out of pocket to go to the school. Well, it was the mom, the student, the mom, the dad, and I think the brother and sister in there, and everybody was happy. And I let them in the financial aid office, and I walked out just for a minute. I promise you, I was only gone for like 2-3 minutes, and I walked out to go do something. When I came back, the dad was in the corner hyperventilating because he did not know how he was going to pay for this. The whole room had changed. The minute I walked in, I could tell something's wrong. I look over, and the dad is like,
You're on your own, guys. You're on your own. Get out, get a job.
and I try to, because of that, and I'm glad I'm in this position because I have that as a point of reference. I don't want any parent who comes to my session to have that look.
Yeah.
To go hyperventilating because they do not know how much it costs to go to that school.
Cost is out there.
Well, I think it's a shock to everybody to some degree. Really.
Even if you feel like you're fully informed,
Yeah.
there's still
And
that
when
shock.
you actually get there, it's kind of a shock factor, but it's a lot less maybe shock factor if you're prepared. I guess that's with anything, but the cost is not cheap by any means.
No, even in a community college, it could be up there. I know.
It is.
Looking at the different community colleges, you think, for the total cost of attendance, it shouldn't be no more than $5,000-7,000. Well, there's actually some out there. Total cost of attendance is $15,000 a year. And so you're like, when students and parents see that, they kind of shake their head. 15. So why is it so high? Well, there's not a dorm.
No.
And so if you have a student that doesn't want to live at home and wants to live it on their own, well, that's a cost. And so
It's going to be associated with it.
so you have rent, utilities, cable, internet, groceries, so it's a whole nother cost.
And then after the first 6 months of that, because I think every kid's dream is, I'm gonna get out of school and get an apartment. Me and my buddies or whatever are gonna live together, and we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. And then they find out they may do this. And then 3 months into it, 2 of those buddies move out or they go somewhere else. And so you think, well, this isn't gonna work either. We're really fortunate here that MTSU is so close.
Right.
Because, if you've got things good at home, which most kids do.
Mine's got it good at home.
Yes, he does. Most kids, my grandkids do too. But you can live and drive back and forth. I've got 3 grandchildren that do that, and they have jobs. It's not, you got to pay the gas.
Right.
But it's still a good thing. Like I say, it's money. How can you argue with that? It's money to help you with your education. It's not going to pay the whole thing, but $2,000 a semester, that's good money to me. So,
And be prepared. That's your motto, is to be prepared.
and if you've got one in high school, even if he's just starting, if you kind of want to look ahead, you're welcome to stop by the chamber. I do have these brochures. They're very informative. And if there's something in there that you don't know or don't understand, the contact people are right here. You've got websites, emails, telephone numbers, it's all in here.
And Eric is coming by, it sounds like, to all the counties, and so I'm sure
Oh,
you
more
can.
than once.
Yes, like I said,
Keeps you busy.
This is today's trip is round 2, and so I'll be riding through all the counties in the viewing area. Actually, there's 2 of us in the viewing area. There's actually myself and another guy named Sam Mullen. So if you don't see me, you'll see Sam, and so we'll both be through here and visiting and going to the high schools and dropping materials off, and so we're here to serve you. So we want you to go to college. If you have certain dreams and whatnot, and you need help, feel free to contact us. We don't mind.
Well, Eric, you've been very informative.
Oh, thank you.
You want to hum a few bars of anything or
You know, you are the right stuff.
Shoot, no, I'm good. I'm good.
Cut there.
Let's stop there. My expertise is financial aid, and I don't want to, injure any ears or your ears in the audience there. So no, I'm good.
Well, Connie can clog, so if you can do a little bluegrass week.
It's going to go off into another
I see
far
this.
corner.
I see this.
I promise you. Well, thank you again, Eric.
Well, thank you.
I hope those parents get out there, get that information for them. And
Oh, I hope so too, because I just, like I say, you don't have to buy a lottery ticket, but people do. And this money is made possible by the lottery. So you might as well use it. The next event that we might have that's coming up, and we got a lot of events that are coming up, but we have an organization that's fairly new to our area, and it was the American Legion Post number 279. They're very active in the community, and they have an event coming up in October, I believe, on the 6th of October, and it's called Pigging Around. Now, guess what this is? It's a barbecue contest, and it's going to be held on Saturday, October 6th, at the fairgrounds in Woodbury. You can set up on Friday. They are looking for vendors that would like to set up on that date. Excuse me. And they do cook barbecue, but I think this is a lead up to the Kansas City barbecue contest, because it's held a little differently, and I was hoping they would be here to explain exactly what they're going to do with it, but they're going to be there Friday night, and they're going to start cooking, and they're going to have barbecue from 7 till 3 on Saturday.
And the concept of this is that if you've got the best recipe for your barbecue, and there's several different categories that you can enter in, they're competing against each other. It's not like you're going to come in and you're going to be buying barbecue from these folks. They are actually going to be competing against each other. You may get samples or things like that, but the biggest thing is it's a competition. It's who makes the best sauce and whose brisket, or I guess it was the Boston butt, whatever is the best tasting one. It's a competition. So we do wish them very good luck on this event. I think this will become something that everybody around here will want to come to. But it's called Pigging Around. I think it's a cute name.
It is.
And that is hosted by the American Legion Post 279, and I know they are working hard on this, but it is Saturday, October 6th, and we definitely want to encourage you to mark that down on your calendar and make sure that you come by and check it out.
And if you want more information about it, they do have a website and they do have an email. If you will call the chamber at 563-2222, I will be glad to direct you in the right direction where you can go in and find out more about this. And like I say, if you'd like to be a vendor, I believe that they are accepting vendors for that. I don't know what their qualifications are or anything, but I'm sure they have a vendor's sheet they can send you. So if you'll just let us know, and we'll be glad to guide you in the right direction.
And the chamber has a lot of interesting events going on this month.
We do. Most of them are car related.
We like cars around
Yeah,
here.
we
like
do
our
like cars.
cars.
Our last cruise in proved to be successful, and of course, we'll have another cruise in on the 15th of September, and that's on a Saturday, and it's from 4 till 8 around the square in Woodbury. And we just hope that everybody will come to that. All cars and trucks and motorcycles are welcome to the cruise-ins. We play old music. We have 50-50 drawing, and we have some trivia contests that are quite popular, and the Pizza Den donated some $5 off pizza coupons last time, and people were happy to get those. They went right over there and ordered a lot of pizzas, I think.
Well, it's a fun thing. Folks sit around, they talk about, it's a big thing. Folks have put a lot of work into these vehicles, and as you walk by, you know, my husband and I both wandered around, and, you know, he was like, oh, so-and-so had this car, and, oh, we wish we had this car and redo, and how much money they put into this vehicle, and the paint jobs, the interiors, the chrome, just everything. It's just something fun to do. I mean, it doesn't cost you anything. You
Not
just,
for the
you know, and the
cruise-ins, it
biggest thing
doesn't.
for the cruise-in, you cruise in, park your vehicle, but we don't just need those folks. We need folks that comes around and walks
And
around and
appreciate
appreciates them, because there is a lot of work that goes into that. But then that fall, I think it's the following week or 2 weeks after that, we
The
have our
22nd.
big event for the chamber. This is the biggest event that we do every year, and it's the Color of Fall car show.
This will be our 14th one.
14 years we've been doing this, and we have lots of vehicles. This is a big day. This
it
is
is.
a lot of work for the chamber, a lot of work for Carolyn.
Well-
I have to give her a big kudos on this, because she puts a lot of work into this. We have a lot of sponsors for this event, and lots of trophies. I think that's one of the things that
We will
makes
have-
it a big event.
59 trophies that will be given away and 7 cash awards. Now, this is a fundraiser, so this isn't free. If you bring your car, there's no charge if you want to just come and look. But if you want to enter a vehicle, it's $20 per vehicle. And of course, it's a judged event, and our judges will start. We'll open up around the courthouse at 8 o'clock in the morning. The judges will start about 10, and even though the registration stops at 12, they will judge until they've judged every car that's there. And again, we have 50-50 drawings. We have door prizes, some great door prizes for this event. We have trivia contests, and it's just a fun day. It really is. And then, of course, everybody, you know, they think about those cars like you do your children. Everybody thinks theirs is the best. So, you know, they like to win an award. And I'll tell you what, with as many trophies that we give away, there's been times when just about everybody did get a trophy. So
59 trophies, cash rewards. We have to thank our sponsors. I know Stones River Hospital is a big sponsor.
They're
The Cannon
one of our major
Coulier, the Standard Register, Dr. Pepper Bottling Company, DeKalb Telephone, thank you to them, and WBRY, and Carroll Home Care Services. You know, we have a lot of other sponsors that are sponsors of different categories in the event, too many for us to sit here and go through, but those major sponsors and everything, we couldn't put this event on without them.
we couldn't.
Plus, this, like I said, it's the biggest fundraiser for the chamber, for us to continue to promote Cannon County the best we can. And we need those funds on a yearly basis just to make sure we get the information out. When those folks call Carolyn that are moving here or coming here or visiting here, they want to know what's to go on here in the community. And it may be flyers from events, it may be things from Short Mountain Distillery and the Arts Center and all of our activities, the Readable Meal. But we do absolutely everything we can to promote Cannon County here at the Chamber. So really do hope
We
everybody
like-
comes out to that event. So
that's right. We like all those tourism dollars. Even if it's, we don't care what you come in for, just as long as you come here. If you buy a little gas, spend a little money, we're real happy about that. You know, we got art shows. I mean, the Art Center is endless. They have something every month, you know, plus all of their events that go on, and then you have all of the private events that different organizations put on, just like there'll be a Cannon Blast 5K run, and that's going to be September 15th. Now, 5K runs are very popular. So if you're interested in getting in on that, that's the 15th, that's on a Saturday. And of course, the Chamber of Commerce is going to have one on October 6th, the same day as the Piggin' Around event. That
go
morning.
eat some barbecue and then come run it off with us.
Run or walk, or maybe you ought to do the run first and then go over there. But we're going to have a 5K and see how that works, because like I say, everybody likes those outdoor events, and they really do. But on the car show, I will say one thing. There's a lot of time and money put into this event So if the weather is bad on the 22nd, so bad that we can't have it, we do have a rain date, and that will be on the 29th. And if you're wanting some information, my brochures are being printed as we speak. If you'll call the chamber at 563-2222, I will get that information to you. So if you're interested in coming, then we'd be glad to have you. Whether you have a car or whether you just come to look, that's okay.
And so one of the things, and I know it's kind of quick notice for a lot of you, but this coming weekend is the White Oak Festival. A lot of folks, I think we talked about it last month when we was on with you. The White Oak Festival at the Arts Center is going on September 6th, 7th and 8th? 7th and 8th.
It's just the 7th and 8th.
7th and 8th. I have to do some volunteer
No,
service
wait
on
a
the
minute.
6th.
September, it's the 8th and the 9th, isn't it?
8th and
It's
9th.
Saturday and Sunday.
It is, but that's this coming weekend, and so we definitely, I mean, these are artists from all over, some really interesting, it's another judged event for a lot of the artisans that come in. You'll see metalworks, you'll see things that are pottery, textiles, all kinds of things that makes great Christmas gifts for unique Christmas gifts for the upcoming year. But all of those vendors usually come set up. They do put in a judged entry item for the White Oaks Fair events, and so we encourage you to come out and do a little fun, do a little shopping.
I don't know that this is going to get on before then, but I just want you to know what you've missed if you didn't see it.
Hey, put it on your
Didn't
calendar.
know.
It's on the calendar every year at the same time, and we did talk about it a little bit last month.
We did.
So,
We did.
hopefully, folks will have remembered that and will have enjoyed it.
Yep. And then, of course, the Art Center, like I say, there's always something going on there.
They're doing Chicago.
Oh, that's a
The music.
musical that you don't want to miss. If you like jazz, that's
It's a
where it's going to
must-see.
be. Yes, it's it. It's at the Art Center, and that's going to be September 14th through the 23rd. And of course, that's on Fridays, Saturdays, and a matinee on Sunday. And of course, for any of these events, while you're there, you might as well eat dinner because the Blue Porch is open. You can have dinner and a show. The Blue Porch is connected with the Art Center. She has great food, and of course, she serves food every day of the week except for Tuesdays. And why she chose Tuesdays
It's
to
her day
close,
off.
I don't know.
That's her
right.
day off.
Because everything else closed on Wednesday, so she closed on Tuesday.
But we, want you to come out. I know the drive-in is still running. You've got quite a few shows at the drive-in, so that makes a good destination in the evening. You can come down and catch a show.
Connie's always been real good for the car shows especially, and for the cruise-in. She always gives free passes to go to the drive-in, and a lot of people have taken advantage of that, and a lot of people that come in from out of town, and they've come back to go to the drive-in. So that's, that's networking. That's what that's all about.
And that's one thing I think a lot of folks out there, if you are watching and listening, what the Chamber tries to do for its members is to create networking and give you the opportunity to come on here and talk about your business and the things that you've got going on. So we invite you to do that on a regular basis. You just have to get in touch with Carolyn, and she will find you a time, and we'll get you on and make sure that you can get your information out there to not only here in Cannon County, we go out to DeKalb County and Smith County, Wilson County, so lots of folks get to see us, and hopefully you invite those folks to come in and see your business and make it shine here, right here in Cannon County. Speaking of shine, you don't want to forget to going up to the distillery and having a tour of the events there. That's become a great destination spot for a lot of folks out of our county.
It really is.
It has been. You go by there on the weekends and the parking lot is full, and folks are going up and checking out what's going up on the mountain. But we do encourage you to make us a destination spot for your day out.
That's right.
Go out, check out the distillery,
come
come back
here,
in town, have lunch, and
Right, you can go to the Readable Mill and eat breakfast on Saturday. You can go you can come uptown and go to the antique stores and then go to the Blue Porch and eat lunch and then go up to the
We'll just feed you while
distillery
you're
and-
here.
Well, yeah. you're
But
gonna-
for me,
you're
a
gonna
big
do
thing
well.
about riding around in Cannon County is just the beautiful vistas that we
The
have.
scenery
the
is
scenery is
gorgeous.
gorgeous here. If you're looking for a short drive on a Saturday afternoon, we're definitely the spot you want to hook up and come on down 70 and visit us here in Cannon County. Lots of the activities that go on are around the square. We do have a historic square, and we invite you to come by and check that out. And another thing that folks may not know, inside the courthouse, we have our Veterans Wall listed.
Wall of Honor.
The Wall of Honor. And if it is a great thing, if you've got a history buff that's in the family and you're wanting to take them out to do something, the courthouse is open Monday through Saturday till noon on Saturday. You can come by and go in and check out all of the photos on both levels of the courthouse. And it's definitely a very interesting site for them to come and see.
You've
so.
just got to appreciate our square. Of course, it's been newly remodeled and everything, but it is so pretty, and I've had people that come to the cruise-ins that say they just love sitting there. It's that pretty. I mean, it is.
It is.
And it's very neat and clean, and I don't care what event we have. You never see, it never looks like it had an event.
And something that folks may not know about, we've been in the project over the last little bit, cleaning out the riverbank there on the Stones River there at Dillon Park. And actually you can bring the fishing pole and the family and be right there on the river and have a little nice day out, picnic there in Dillon Park. And if you want to go walk a little bit,
It's
go
got a
fish a
walking
little bit.
track.
It's got big enough area for the kids to roam and run, and hopefully give you a little peace and quiet if you want to catch a fish. But it's a good, fun events that are free. Everybody's always looking for something to do to fill that time, and so we definitely have plenty of that to offer you here.
Kids love to fish. You can't put your bass boat out there now, I'm just gonna tell you, but kids love to fish right off of the bank. You can, and I think what is our game warden? I think they put some fish in there at one time when they had the fishing rodeo.
And it's cleared off. It's not one of those areas where you're going to cast your line and it's going to be caught in every bush and everything. They've really done a great job
They
of
have.
clearing off the banks there and making it a nice site for folks. In fact, I think there's not been a day that I've went by there that I haven't seen
Seen
somebody.
somebody out there. Well, see, some of those fish may be left over that they put in. So,
Well, I'm sure
you're,
they're multiplying.
maybe, if they didn't catch all of them there that
I
same
didn't catch
day.
them all of them one day. But again, lots of things to come and do. We've had lots of activities. The senior center is always kind of doing a lot of activities. I will tell you one thing about September that's very important to me is September is Senior Centers Month. Across the nation, every senior center, this is the month for senior centers. And so we're always asking our folks, why us? What do you want to do? Where you want to go? The activities. So it's your senior center, your life, your time, your way. We try to make sure that we have all kinds of activities going on for them. We have a lot of health activities going on this month.
Fair coming
We
up.
do. October the 3rd is our big health fair, and thanks to Stones River Hospital, they'll be overdoing some blood work, and we have a lot of the local folks that provide services for senior adults in our area will be here. We always do a lunch that day. It's a free sack lunch, lots of door prizes, lots of free checkups that you can get, but that's coming up on October the 3rd. And,
I had
I'm
a
just
senior
excited.
citizen center out of Springfield that called me, and they are wanting to bring people to Cannon County, and they wanted to know some of the
That might have been
areas
me.
that we had.
That might have been me giving out your phone number, Carol.
Oh, that's okay. I sent it to her. I thought, sure, bring
I
them on.
just recently sat down with some senior centers. I do serve as the Tennessee Association of Senior Center Director
Well,
for
all
across
right.
the state. And so we just recently sat down with a lot of folks, and we told them to take a little time and tell a little bit about things going on in their county and where they could call. And so when I got up there, I told them to call you, that you could hook them up with a day out in Cannon County.
I could.
I told them they needed to come and see the Steel and visit and get them a little moonshine. They needed to head out and see the art center and see the
Get a bunch of drug seniors riding around Cannon County.
those Springfield seniors. Johnson County seniors.
Oh, I don't think so.
I think they'll be fine.
Not on a sniff of that.
They only give you a sample, small sample, but we do
It
encourage
is
them to-
something that you want to, that we have a lot of things here. I think for a small community, sometimes we don't appreciate the things that we do have. But people from other places that come in, they do appreciate it. And yes, I'd like to set everybody up with a day trip around here. And we are networking with Rutherford County right now, as well as the Upper Cumberland, about bringing people in from other areas to come in and enjoy it, because it's something that we would like to share in a good way. We would. So, and then, you know, there's other things that go on. Now, the senior center, good heavens, keeps us so busy.
I see you got your invitation.
I did, and this is an event, and I'm a little early on this, but I'm going to tell you about it anyway. Every year she does a Christmas gala, and I never thought this would be something that I would really get into. And what they do is a group of people reserve a table for 8, and that hostess decorates that table to a theme that is, I don't know who chooses the
We have a
theme,
committee
a
that comes up with
committee.
that.
Well, this year, I have all kinds of things running through my head. It's the sounds of Christmas. And in the past, they set these tables so beautifully, and everybody is so imaginative that it's worth it just to go to see how all the tables are set. Plus, she serves a great meal, plus you have entertainment, and then you might get an award if you win.
You were a
It's
past
good.
winner.
I was, and
I got to ride the other day with-
totally surprised.
I got to ride the other day with another past winner, and she was already talking about the theme. The theme is this year, the sounds of Christmas. So we're looking for Christmas music. We want your table when the judge walks
To
up.
sing.
He knows exactly what you're talking about. And we've got, as of right now, 4 new hostesses for this year.
Oh,
We're
great.
always looking for hostesses that will host a table and decorate. So if that's your thing, you need to call me. So
Yes, it is, and it's not too early,
no, definitely not too early to be talking about that.
because these tables people get into this, and they'll.
I've already had folks going, I'm getting my table stuff together now. I'm not going to be behind schedule. So
Every year I say, I'm not buying another set of dishes. I'm using some of those I have. But then maybe.
again, I hear a lot from a lot of the local antique place. They really like it when we do this because we have a lot of folks go shopping.
Yes, they
Because it's
do.
a great place to find
I've gotten many things there, many things.
the dishes and glasses and things like that. They do a lot of good sales during that time.
That's
so.
right. I've
But
been one of them.
I don't think, you've got from picking around to some 5Ks, you've got the car shows, you've got the cruise in, you've got music going on, you've got the White Oaks Crafts Festival. Amazing. Cannon County's small, but we can host some pretty big events.
Hey,
and
we can
invite
put
you.
on some parties now. I'll just tell you right now, you just need to pick out which one you want to come down to. But like I say, if there's anybody out there that would like to know information on the car show, on any of these things we talk about, of course you can call Connie at the Senior Center because she knows just about everything I do. Or you can call the chamber and I'll direct you in whatever area you're interested in. I'll give you either a website or a phone number where you can contact these people. So we just want to see y'all come in. And a couple of things that are going on is the Off the Beaten Path Art Tour, and that will be October 26th, 27th, and 28th. Now this is a self-driven tour, and you go to the artist studios. We have a lot of artisans that live in Cannon County and Smithville, and if you want to find a map for this, you can get one at the Hospitality Center in Smithville, and that number is 615-440-3614. And then, like I say, if you want to run on September 5th, the Youth Dream organization is having the Cannon Blast, and you can call me and I'll tell you how to get in touch with those people.
That's an official 5K, so.
It is. Now mine, the one the chamber's having is not certified. This is our first year and we're kind of running in the dark here, but we'll learn a lot from this one. But hey, we're gonna have pretty t-shirts.
We did.
Just tell you
I
right
saw,
now.
I did see the picture today. You sent me the picture of the t-shirt and I thought it was very nice.
Was you
I like
impressed?
that. I was impressed with you, Carol.
Well, all right.
So, good information with Eric this morning. I think, folks, if you're out there, don't want you to forget any information that he passed along with all of the scholarships that are available. It's never too late to be thinking about that. And if you've got a family member, even if this information does not pertain to you, I'm sure you know someone that's got a young person in their life that needs to know that. So pass that information along to them. And any of the events that we have, share that with your friends. Of course, we encourage you to watch DTC3. They're my favorite TV station.
Me too. I know some people on there, you know, and that helps. But we want to see you in Cannon County. And thank you for watching.